Then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea.
We'll speak about this yesterday. There's some who have said, well, would a Biden administration allow for big deals in the energy space? Bill joked, hey, if it raises the oil price, that's kind of the goal anyway. It would hasten the energy transition. I mean, do you think that would be an outcome here?
It's possible. In general, when companies do consolidate, the production can be lower than it was originally with the two companies separately. But I would say, in general, this is a commodity business. There shouldn't be any kind of trade restrictions or monopoly issues. So it makes a lot of sense to happen. Regulators shouldn't have an issue with it, and I don't think it will have that significant of an impact.
Are you mad? Are you mental? Are you totally deranged?
On what is happening in the oil space. Stephen, what are traders focusing on at the moment then? Is it recession risks out of the US? Is it a further 25 basis points from the Fed? Or is it China and concerns about demand there?
Can I answer all of the above? Because essentially
yes,
it's a confluence.
Are you nuts?
Are you nuts?
Is he nuts?
The U.S. recession is something that is in the mind, and it's causing, we've got analysts saying that this is the first time that U.S. recession fears and larger recession fears are being priced into energy markets. You're feeling really that the bears are in charge at the moment in the oil market, and there is this sort of acceleration for prices falling. Now, we are up a bit today. There was that recovery, but volatility is really being punctuated as there are fears that, yes, the Fed is, raising interest rates. What will they do from here? What's the impact on the U.S. market? Furthermore, there was some pretty negative U.S. data out yesterday that showed demand for some oil products were down. Meanwhile, stockpiles were kind of swelling. Chinese demand isn't bouncing back the way that some traders had hoped. And
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
I feel like I'm insane.
And there is some data as well out of China that shows that industrial demand and output isn't as strong as some were expecting they would be at this time of year. Meanwhile, you have the resilience of Russian oil production. They said that they were going to cut production by 500,000 barrels a day, but when you look at the export data, it's still quite strong. It's not really translating into the market. All of that spells a lot more oil, not only in the market, but less fears of a tightening and more of a view that perhaps the oil market will be much better supplied by the end of the year.